Today we're talking about the most expensive rigging accessory system for the Sony FX3 FX30 made by Wood & Camera. We'll cover the accessories, who they are they worth it, recommendations for Wood & Camera, and my final thoughts. This video is not sponsored. I paid for this gear with my own money. Wood & Camera does combine a subset of the items I'm going to talk about today in a kit called the Accessory System for $1482 USD in V-mount or gold mount. However, I would suggest skipping on this package because you don't save any money by buying these accessories together, and you may want a variation of what they provide, such as a longer safety dovetail or 15mm rods. Or maybe you don't need the micro battery plate battery slide that costs $399 USD. If you're solely interested in the L-style cage, right grip, and top plate, link to that more in-depth review is in the description. There are two 1/4-20 locating points to attach the L-style cage. On the top, there is 1 3/8/16 with locating points. On the left side, there are two M3.5 threads to mount the HDMI cable clamp, 1 3/8/16 with locating points, two 1/4-20s with locating points, but the upper locating point is blocked when the HDMI cable clamp is attached. On the bottom, there are three 1/4-20s and four M4.7 threads for mounting the Accessory wedge, which was covered in my video previously mentioned. The included Accessory dovetail attaches to the L-style cage via two 1/4-20s. On the rear, there are two 1/4-20s and two M4.7 threads. On the front, there is a legacy lens adapter support post holder with M4.7 threads that can be adjusted with a 3mm hex tool. One can get a pack of 3 different size support posts used for things like Metabones adapters. There is also an XL version, but this would likely be for the use with the legacy Komodo rig. To attach the right grip, there is 1 1/4-20 locating point and two M3.5 bolts that use a 3mm hex tool to tighten them down. These two bolts are in a very weird orientation and take a long time to attach and detach. The right grip has 3 1/4-20s with locating points and a single 3/8/16 with locating points. Though I don't find these attachment points very useful because they are so close to the memory card door. This could make it hard to attach something like a NATO rail with handle and still open the car door all the way. Wood & Camera should really design a right handle that works natively. I tried the Ultra Handle side grip system right for the Komodo X, but it didn't work well. I could only use one tie-down point. It would be nice to at least be able to attach a hand strap to the right grip, but there's no clear way to do that either. To attach the top plate, there are two 1/4-20 locating points. On the top, there is 1 3/8/16 with locating points and two 1/4-20s with locating points. On the front, there are two 1/4-20s with locating points. The top plate blocks the FX3 FX30 hot shoe from being accessed, unlike some new top plates from other companies. It would be nice if Wood & Camera would update their design as well. The carry handle cheese plate attaches to the XLR H1 top handle using two 1/4-20 locating points. It has 7 1/4-20s with locating points and two 3/8/16 with locating points on the top, 1 1/4-20 with locating points on the left, and cold shoe with removable safety pin on the right. At first, I was upset that the cheese plate did not extend the handle like other manufacturers did, but I've come to appreciate the design. This design helps put not too much strain on the XLR H1's neck because it's prone to breaking. Basically, it keeps a good center of gravity with the total camera package. Yet small rig seems to have a much more elegant solution. I should also note that the cheese plate is very wide, so it's hard to find a comfortable grip. Further, the front of the cheese plate is too close to the input selection window, making it hard to open without long fingernails or micro-type fingers. Okay, this is where the rig starts to get expensive. The LW 15mm baseplate is compatible with several of Wood & Camera's cages, including the FX3 FX30, GFX 100S, XH2, XH2S, and GH6, GH7. The top has an Accessory dovetail receiver with locking tie-down and safety release button. There is 15mm rod support with independent tie-downs. The bottom has a bridge plate dovetail with tie down and safety release button that can attach to any RE standard bridge plate like the quick release bridge plate 15mm Studio or a quick release plate from another company via the 2 1/4-20s and 7 3/16. Otherwise, one can remove the bridge plate dovetail and attach the LW 15mm base plate to a safety dovetail that I will showcase later in the video. If one buys the complete accessory system from Wood & Camera, they are stuck with 9-inch 15mm rods. I find them too short to have a matte box with lens support and a V-mount battery solution connected at the same time, especially with a long lens. This is why I say buy all your accessories piece by piece instead of spending $14.82 USD on things that might not fit your needs. That's why I went with 15-inch 15mm rods instead. Earlier I spoke about the LW 15mm base plate connecting directly to a safety dovetail if one removes the bridge plate dovetail. If one buys the complete accessory system, they get an 8-inch safety dovetail, but since I got longer 15mm rods, I also wanted a longer safety dovetail, so I chose the 12-inch safety dovetail. To attach the LW 15mm base plate to the safety dovetail, one will need to loosen the bridge plate dovetail tie down on the base plate first, and then slide the receiver onto the safety dovetail. Then one can tighten the tie down when the rig is in the desired spot. One can also attach the dovetail to their tripod plate at any time. The safety dovetail system is mainly used to fine-tune the balance of one's large camera setup on tripods. Overall, I really like the LW 15mm baseplate system. The baseplate itself feels more solid than baseplates from other companies. The tie-downs don't rattle or feel like they're going to break off, and the 15mm rods slides into the unit in a much smoother way. The one criticism I have for the baseplate is that the camera doesn't top mount. It must be slid into from the front or back. Something like the Kessler Quick system outdoes Wood & Camera in this respect. However, if one purchases a $500 quick release bridge plate, they can top mount the entire LW 15mm baseplate onto a safety dovetail, but I couldn't stomach that additional cost. The micro battery plate battery slide comes in gold mount and V-mount versions. It comes with dual 15mm rod clamp, 2 D-taps, and a resettable 9-amp fuse. There is great flexibility with its positioning, but other companies like SmallRig use this design for much cheaper. One can even buy this style unit without the battery plate for $64.90 USD. Again, if you don't use V-mount or gold mount, you could save $3.99 USD. Wood & Camera does make a D-tap to Sony NPF Z100 dummy battery, but I generally power my camera with USB-C or regular Sony batteries. The Universal Lens Support 15mm LW has multiple adapters. The unit mounts on the top of the 15mm rods and has a per rod finger tie down. There are 2 support post heights and a tightening knob that goes on the bottom of the support post. The lens support allows for posts to shift left and right in case your baseplate is slightly off center. The rolling Y bracket is generally used to support the weight of larger photo lenses without a tripod collar mount. The 1/4-20 cap is generally used to support the weight of larger photo lenses with a tripod collar mount. The 3/16 cap is used to support cinema lenses with a standard support foot. I have nothing bad to say about the universal lens support design, yet $295 USD feels about $75 to $100 too expensive for what it is. The Ultra Handle 5-inch kit Universal 3/16 comes in 3 parts: the upright, the 1-inch extension, and the 5-inch extension. It also comes with a 3/16-inch T-handle hex tool to assemble the 5-inch kit. But interestingly, the T-handle hex tool can't be used to attach the handle to the top plate. One will need the shorter 3/16-inch hex tool that comes with the L-style cage instead, so make sure to have that handy. What you could do if you don't have the smaller hex tool handy is just remove the handle and top plate at the same time. Regardless, the handle feels super high quality and is covered in 3/16s and 1/4-20s, all with locating points. The wooden grip is a nice touch as well. Wooden Camera now makes an Ultra Handle 5-inch NATO kit, so I'd go with that instead. Of course, one will need to add a NATO rail to the cart, so don't forget that. Wooden Camera also makes a universal 15mm rod clamp that comes with 3 different mounting bases. 3/16 with locating pins, 1/4-20 with locating pins, and 1/4-20 small HD. Here is the 3/16 with locating pins base with a 9-inch 15mm rod attached. My only gripe with this accessory is one must remove the 15mm rod before detaching the rod clamp. This is not always the case, like the 15mm single side rod holder by Tilta. We also have a 3/16 accessory cube that comes with 3/16 or 1/4-20 mounting options, both with locating pins. This is just a great Lego block to customize your rig. Wooden Camera makes 2 types of bubble levels. The linear bubble level comes in 3/16 or 1/4-20 variants, both with locating pin design. The round bubble level comes in 3/16 or 1/4-20 variants that just screw in. In truth, I don't think these accessories are for the average FX3, FX30 owner, present company included. I think this gear is for people that are already in the Wooden Camera ecosystem. Somebody with a Burano or FX6 who can share some accessories across their cameras. Or maybe a rental house that has a large set of FX3s or 30s that they rent out accessories with. Point is, most single shooters with one FX3 or FX30 don't have the budget to spend thousands of dollars on cage accessories. The only reason why I bought into the Wooden Camera ecosystem was due to my gas, or let's call it curiosity, to be kind. In total, I spent $27.99 USD plus tax on the Wooden Camera gear I have showcased today, not including the Ultra Handle side grip right made for the Komodo X. And in this economy, if I could get my money back, I would. But that doesn't mean I think this equipment is bad. I just don't think I fit the target demographic for it. For those that do, it's a great investment. The build quality is impeccable. The rig doesn't rattle for once. The accessories feel like they will last a lifetime. And even if something like a screw gets stripped, you can order a replacement. In addition, customer service is great. They actually have a phone number where you can call and speak to a real camera professional. So between the build quality, replaceability, and intangibles like customer service, I think the price for these items is approximately fair value. That being said, I wish Wooden Camera provided more than a 12-month standard limited warranty on their products. I think 5 to 10 years should be the standard on hardware at this price. Specific to the FX3, FX30 accessories, I do have some recommendations. First, redesign the right grip to move the mounting points away from the card door and make a right handle that connects directly to the right grip. Add wrist strap eyelets, and a left handle would be nice too. Second, develop a NATO top plate that is shifted forward to give access to the hot shoe without removing the top plate like SmallRig has done, although this may interfere with their Sony E-mount to LPL Mount Adapter Pro. Third, provide a hex tool in the Ultra Handle 5-inch Universal 3/16 kit that is short enough to remove the top handle from the top plate. Hint, maybe integrate your tools into the hardware itself. Fourth, redesign the carry handle cheese plate to add more rigidity to the XLR H1 like SmallRig did. Finally, there are 2 pieces of kit that I could still recommend to most users even though the prices are higher than the competition. 1. The L-style cage. If you watch my full review linked below, you'll see how versatile the Arca Swiss riser, wedge, and HDMI cable clamp are. 2. The lightweight LW 15mm base plate is best in class. No wobble in the tie downs, and the 15mm rods glide smoothly, unlike other brands' base plates. Further, the bridge plate dovetail can attach to one's quick release system and easily be removed to attach to a safety dovetail. Best of both worlds. All other accessories I have shown today could easily be purchased from a different manufacturer for less money, in my subjective opinion. If you got value from this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.